So let's just talk a bit about the digital adoption and remote working. Obviously, it's put a huge demand, huge pressure on more critical
Yeah.
networks like voice, data, connectivity. What infrastructure performance challenges does this cause for a telecommunication provider like yourself? And in order to keep everyone connected and seize the opportunity.
COVID crisis has put in from a stress on the networks is the increase in upload. Okay, already people were very familiar in going through a continuous explosion of downstream. So if I look at the networks, there's been two practical effects of COVID. Okay, number one, it used to be peak demand was always with prime time, 6, 7, 8 p.m. Mostly driven by streaming entertainment. Okay, now that peak is really much more distributed throughout the day. The peak itself has gone up by only about 15%, which might surprise you. The peak itself has not increased significantly, but that peak is now very broad, right? So if I look at, let's say, 10 a.m. or 3 p.m. in the afternoon, if I look at that downstream increase, that downstream increase is a lot more than 15%, but not enough to overcome the 6, 7, 8 p.m. We still consume most of our broadband 6, 7, 8 p.m. of the day. What's changed dramatically is on the upstream, right? We're doing these video calls. Now everybody's on video calls all the time. So our upstream has increased roughly 50%. So a very, very, very significant increase. Now, the other thing that's happened is, obviously there's more consumption of streaming, but the good news is that while we're all streaming more, the technology has also evolved significantly, right? I mean, it's amazing. Where I see you at fantastic quality, thousand miles away, and that's thanks to to the value, to the quality and the value of the technology underlying that, both on the broadband side as well as the software that rides on top of that. So the impact hasn't been as dramatic. Now there's a lower patience, if you will, for low quality, which is absolutely right. I mean, that's even though that's made a few days of my work a little bit tougher than they would have been otherwise. It's actually the right pressure because they lead to us operators finding issues, being much more thorough, hopefully, and more disciplined about proactively going after issues, understanding that providing great broadband up to the gateway is not enough. You got to provide great Wi-Fi. So, for example, we're introducing new products and services that make Wi-Fi inside your home operate better. And not just happy to have fantastic, broadband right up to your gateway. So yeah, it has put more pressure on us. But as an industry, we've done quite well. And I mean, I don't mean to brag, but as a company, Liberty Global, I think when I look at every single one of the countries, we've done actually pretty well compared to some of our competitors that were in trouble. In the UK, I know you live in the UK. In the UK, as an example, I think initially in the first 3 months or so of COVID, we were the only operator continuing to do new installs. Okay, many of our competitors either completely stopped or decreased significantly the new installs, and they put all the energy onto their existing networks. We were pretty fortunate. We were able to increase our investment and take care of both existing customers as well as improving our coverage, which obviously is very, very good.